Hello, I have Spiritual Life Coach Anshul Bafna with me today, who will throw light on various aspects of relationships from a spiritual angle. Hi Anshul.
Hi.
Okay, so the first question that I have is love and relationship a correlation? Is it necessary that a person who is in love should be in a relationship with that person as well?
Lovely question. First of all, love and relationships are correlated, yes, but the person who's in love does not need to be in a relationship with the same person, because love per se is love in itself is different than relationship. Relationships are there because you want that person in your life attached to the person, as well as same thing. You want the other person to be answerable to you. You want to prove to the world or to yourself or to the other people who are in your life that you are actually being with this person, whereas love does not do the same thing. Love is basically just feeling of compassion towards a person. That does not really bind a person down. So answering your question, love and relationships are correlated, but a person in love with a particular person per se does not need to be in a relationship with the same person, because relationships are for the outer world and love is inner.
Okay.
So they don't really, but of course in today's world people feel that if you're in love then you've got to be in a relationship, and unfortunately it has come to a state where to prove to the rest of the world you're in a relationship. And when you're in a relationship, they are actually forcing themselves or pretending to be in love. So for example, if you're married to somebody, like if you're a wife or a husband to somebody, because you are in a committed, so-called committed relationship for the world, you are pretending to love a person. So love does not come naturally anymore, but it becomes a factor that you need to pretend or to show when you're in a relationship.
Alright. So Anshul, from the same angle that we are discussing, do you really think that relationships are important in a person's life? Any kind of relationships over here? Do they really, is it really that important that constitutes the way a person should behave in a society, or is it an important aspect or a pillar for a person's life?
See, again, I would like to answer this question first in a very general manner. People have misunderstood the whole concept of relationships. Now, when we say relationships in any aspect, can be with a person, with a man, with a woman, with an animal, with a dog, or whoever it is. Relationships are important, because without relationships, there is nothing else in this entire life or spiritual journey that you will basically take information from. Even when you're saying spiritual, you're having a relationship with yourself. That's how you're actually trying to discover yourself. So relationship is there also. If you're having a relationship with the universe spiritually, that's again a relationship with God or the Almighty or whoever it is. It's still a relationship. So relationships per se are very important. They're a very intimate and important part of your life. But when you're asking about relationships, are they important in general life? They are, because they teach you a lot of things.
Okay.
So for example, even if you're in a bad relationship or a good relationship, the bad will also teach you multiple things that you're supposed to learn from that person. But what happens is that we tend to ignore what is being taught to us, but we always kind of focus on the relationship has probably gone sour, or it is an angry relationship, but we're not actually focusing on the basic fact that it's actually there to teach you a lesson. Now again, two types of relationships. If you take relationships as a means of learning, they're very important. But if you take relationships as a mean of clinging on to it for the rest of your life to become a parasite for yourself or the other person, then that is of no use.
Okay.
So if you take relationships in an aspect of learning, yes, they are very important, because that's the only way you learn something about the other person, and most importantly about yourself.
True.
So there's no other way to learn your goods, your bads, your areas of improvement if you're not connected to somebody else.
Alright.
Yeah.
Thanks Anshul for this quick tidbits.
Next.
Let's connect with Anshul in our next session where we'll speak on love and marriage. Stay tuned for the same.